Hello and welcome back to the YouTube channel of Bethel Evangelical Free Church Hanley. This is another historic church in Cumbria. This is the Church of St Michael and All Angels, Wasdale Head, Nether Wasdale. Wasdale Head is further up the valley, as the name suggests. This is Nether Wasdale, this is the bottom of the valley. And this is a very historic building. It's originally 16th century, we think, but as seen today, it's Georgian. It's a simple Georgian building. It had a really nice interior put in, and some of the woodwork you can see here. There's no separate chancel. Some of the woodwork actually comes from elsewhere. It's recycled. It's stuff that's been got rid of, and it's up for sale. And the church wardens here have gone, that's great. Let's buy that, and we'll use it to make our church better. Because all the furnishings in here at one point would have been very simple stuff made by the local craftsmen. People who are very skilled, very good at what they do, but people who have all the usual limitations. So, fascinating building, very small. It's one of the little churches in the Lake District, and here we're in the sort of landscape people think of the Lake District, among the deep valleys and the high mountains. So let's have a look around, shall we? It's a lovely day to do it, by the way. Last time I was here it was very gloomy and we were almost in the middle of a cloud, but a nice sunny day here, so let's have a look around. As usual then, we start at the west end, and you can see this is very small and very simple. There is this little aisle on the side, and there, of course, the columns are wooden, and it's been given this nice coved ceiling, very good, elegant ceiling, with these ceiling roses of various designs, and the font, probably Victorian, quite nice. Aisle here. And here we've got the seating that faces inwards, because there's nothing at the end there apart from a modern electric organ. Up the side here, and very simple. The earliest record we've got of a curate here is 1761 with a Mr. Thomas Poole. It's always been, one suspects, part of a bigger parish or joined with a bigger parish. The woodwork here is very good. This, of course, is because I believe they're from Carlisle Cathedral, rather than being, certainly they're from one of the bigger churches, rather than being originally here. We've got here Christ, the resurrection with two angels, and as we turn around here, you can see the plaster at the west end has been taken off and has exposed a blocked doorway, part of the original building here, that has been much altered. We've still got these simple square-headed windows, and it's all very plain and simple. These would have been oil lamps. They've now all been converted to electricity, which again is a good idea. So that is the inside here, immensely simple, incredibly plain. It was a parish, it had a vicar for some time, but of course now it's, as with so many, it's part of a larger group. And there's the door, quite low, but very much like the local cottages around here. So let's go outside and see what we can see. And so here we are outside at Nether Wasdale. You can see here the incredible simplicity of the building. That's a gravestone, not a porch. And that is the little bell cot, single bell, as we saw the chain inside, and the whitewashed front with these three windows in it. You can't really go around the back. The church is on the side of a hill, but we will have a little bit of a look around now and point out some of the salient features. It's a lovely building, it's a lovely setting. In the summer, of course, this area, there's loads of tourists here We're here in early spring, or, well, technically very, very late winter, but it'll be spring in a day or so. And so we'll have a look around. So here we are. Now, of course, one of the things that a building like St Michael's reminds us is that it's not just the nonconformists who build these very simple structures. And the Anglicans do it for the same reason nonconformists do. They're cheap and easy to maintain. That unless you've got a lot of money, you need to have somebody look after the building, and you need to have a building that fits the area, how many people are going to come, what your congregation size is going to be. And here, small congregation, and it's built for Protestant worship rather than a medieval Catholic one, and all that affects what you want in the building. And so you get this incredibly plain structure. The thing on the door is a notice. I've noted before, when Martin Luther nailed his, or stuck his 95 Theses on the door, he wasn't doing something odd. He was doing what everybody did. The church door doubles the notice board. So that's the outside here, incredibly plain, really simple, very, very lovely. It's a good example of the older Lake District churches, because this is what they were like little cottages, little barns, made by the same people who made the cottages and barns. They weren't built as these grand cathedrals or these soaring arches. There were buildings like that in the towns, some down by the coast, and of course the abbeys, places like Furness Abbey or Cartmel Priory. These were the places where you had these big grand churches, or but here, the little parish churches, they were these small buildings that are quite suited to the environment. They're easy to heat in the winter, they don't get too hot in the summer, and they're plain, simple buildings with an awful lot to recommend them. So that's the outside here, very simple. I say, can't go around the back because you see there's a hill there. And so there you have it, St Michael's, Nether Wasdale. It's a glorious building. I say it's a good example of the older Lake District churches, the buildings that still reflect the sort of place where Wordsworth, for example, would have actually worshipped. The sort of buildings that he would have known as he travelled. The buildings that so often have been swept away because money came in, because there was a desire to have these grander structures, and also because the older structures, many of them were very poorly maintained. When there was little money in the parish, well, that was that. It went on other things. But this is a great survivor. It's still very much an active church, and thank you for watching, and may God bless you and keep you until next time.